Did you know that for decades, one of America's most recognizable gas station brands was actually owned by a foreign government? It's a crazy story that shows just how tangled global politics and economics can get. I'm talking about Citgo, with its familiar red triangle logo. You've probably seen thousands of these stations all across the United States. But what many people don't realize is that for a long time, Citgo was owned by PDVSA, the state-owned oil company of Venezuela. Think about that for a second. Every time someone pulled into a Citgo to fill up their tank, they were essentially buying gas directly from the Venezuelan government. This wasn't some minor business deal. It was a massive economic link between the two countries. Venezuela was one of the top oil suppliers to the United States for years, and this ownership of an American retail giant was a powerful symbol of that relationship. It was a time when the two nations were deeply intertwined, long before the political climate soured and headlines became filled with tension and sanctions. This whole Citgo situation is a perfect example of how complex international relations are. It's easy to see countries as just political entities, but underneath the surface, there are these deep, often surprising, economic connections that have been built up over generations. These business ties can persist even when political relationships are falling apart. It's a fascinating reminder that the world is far more interconnected than we often think. What you see on the news today doesn't always tell the full story of the history between two nations. So, how did this all change? The deterioration of U.S.-Venezuela relations is a long and complicated tale involving political shifts, economic crises, and international sanctions. As the political situation in Venezuela changed dramatically, the U.S. government eventually imposed sanctions that targeted PDVSA. This led to a complex legal battle over the ownership of Citgo, effectively wresting control away from the Venezuelan state. The company, which was once a prized foreign asset for Venezuela, became a casualty of the geopolitical fallout. The story of Citgo in Venezuela serves as a powerful lesson in how quickly things can change on the world stage. An economic partnership that seemed rock solid for decades can unravel due to political turmoil. It shows that global business is always tied to geopolitics, and these deep economic roots can be dug up surprisingly fast. It really makes you wonder what other hidden connections exist out there, just beneath the surface of our everyday lives. Next time you drive by a familiar brand, you might just ask yourself, who really owns this? Thanks for watching, and if you found this interesting, don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories like this.